Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Alright! Let's go!
Mga kabataan, makisabay ka na.
Kahit may pandemya, huwag madismaya.
Dahil ang solusyo'y nakabang na, sabay tayong matuto at magsaya.
Ikaw at ako sabay switch on na.
Tara na't matuto na in 3, 2, 1, let's go!
TV, 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 Aralan. TV, 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 kasiyahan. TV, TV, TV,
Kaalaman!
halina
Sumama sa bagong paaralan. Pa-para-pa-pa. Pa-para-pa-pa-pa. Sariling galing ay paiitingin.
kaalaman ay huwag patigilin.
Karagdagang talino ay matutuklasan na. Buksan ang TV, sarili ihanda.
Kayang ballpen at papel tayo'y matutunan.
Para tumutok na 3, 2, 1, let's go!
TV, 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 Aralan. TV, 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 kasiyahan. TV, TV, TV,
Kaalaman!
halina't
Sumama sa bagong paaralan.
TV, 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 Aralan.
TV, TV, TV.
Kaalaman. TV, TV, TV,
Karunungan! Halina't matuto sa makabagong paraan.
Ang isip ang tubo.
Handang isip handa bukas. Halina't sumama sa bagong paaralan.
Responding to the challenge nowadays, embracing the new normal teaching ways. The Visayas Central Elementary School is ready to air lessons for your more choose. Oh, laging handa, tutulungan ka, kaya huwag kang mag-alala. Kahit ito'y kakaiba sa nakasanayan na, tumutok na at makinig nang masanay ka pa. Sa pagsagot ng module mo, di ka nag-iisa. Responding to the challenge nowadays, embracing the new normal teaching ways. The Visayas Central Elementary School is ready to air lessons for your more choose. Oh, na 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 hey, na 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 hey, na 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 hey. AM radio for a good start. You are now listening to New Visayas on Air 99.0 AM radio for a good start.
paminog ka sumanaman mig kapul to langit, woy mig tumpi to tanok kasublan maroson no kunog kailingan na. Kamig balin tutuan noy, no sob-sob to kanamin gaynawa, woy mig punan to kanamin umul tumulo na anon na. No mig pogpono so init ampaw to ingod. Sa ini kay kunto manaman amoy no ritibulsan to langit og sampit tumaroson nun ngaran na. Dumat to kay kon mo panisingan na, kakalayag tahon liyag karanga, panayangan na, pamulingan, mandalingan, woy tumo dumapad sublapad erit harikala, namigbohayan nuto katongoda, tupog nongnong, tupog pataha, oyog patanod-tanod, kanami tumatolos nun tularo, no nakabaglit get ampot kawayhana, oyaw kaasolom, duo ko upianan na, woy katubungan na, magbabayo, sa ini kako din tugtubaron na, igbohoy kuro, di ko'y ko, ka magbabayon mamintoran, manama, no olog, nogdayrayon.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين اللهم اجمع شمل الأمات والنصارى والمسلمين في الفلبين وسلط مجتمعنا هذا بالسلم والأمن والتقدم في وطننا هذا آمين يا رب العالمين اللهم ارفع عنا البلاء والوباء والزلازل وسيء الأسقام وما ظهر منها وما بطن خاصة كوفيد-19 المنتشرة في العالم يا رب العالمين ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وصل اللهم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم آمين يا رب العالمين.
Almighty Father, Creator of heaven and earth, we adore and worship your holy name, our healer, baptizer, Savior, and coming King. We stand in awe to your every creation in land, seas, and air. We humble ourselves, asking for forgiveness for our trespasses. Purify us, cleanse us, make us worthy to call upon you. We thank you, God, for the salvation you freely gave through Jesus. Today we call unto you to bless us and be a blessing to others. Empower our leaders, our teachers, give courage to the parents and inspiration to the young ones. May we always celebrate life and love. May we always acknowledge that without you, we are nothing. This we pray in the name of the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Isang layunin, edukasyong di kalidad ay makakamit, kalinangan ay paitingin, pagiging positibo ay pananawigin, isang diwa, isa sa gawa, para sa ikabubuti ng kapwa, naniniwala na pagmamahal sa bayan ay solusyon sa kinabukasan. Edukasyon sa Panabo, panalo, Panaboan, sigurado. Sangay ng lungsod ng Panabo, aming liyag, minamahal ng may kapal. Bayan ay nabis na mamahalin, pantay-pantay na pagtingin, ibabahagi ang katotohanan. Bawat bata ay may karapatan, sama-sama sa pag-abot ng tagumpay. Di susuko sa mga pagsubok sa buhay. Babaunin ang karunungang natutunan, maging mabuting halimbawa sa karamihan. Edukasyon sa Panabo, Panalo, Panaboan, sigurado. Sangay ng lungsod ng Panabo, aming liyan, minamahal ng may kapal. Ang aming hangarin ay itatatak sa aming puso't damdamin, maglilingkod ng buong katapatan.
Aming liyan, minamahal.
Nag-iisa at natatangi ka sa walang hanggan.
Ng lungsod ng Panabo.
Panabo.
Gising sa umaga, mundo'y naging iba. Si COVID-19, bigla lang dumating. Tayo ay lockdown at home quarantine. At kailangan pang may social distancing. Nalulungkot ka ba? Ika'y nababagot. Huwag mag-alala dahil kami ay may sagot. Gabay sa iyong pagbasa, si mama at papa, si ate, si kuya, pati na rin si lolo at lola. Sa Reading Delights, tuloy ang pagbasa. Sa Reading Delights, tuloy ang ligaya. Bawat bata, bumabasa. Kahit panahon ng pandemya, we embrace the new normal. Tuloy ang pagbasa, tuloy ang ligaya. Oh, oh. Tuloy ang pagbasa. Oh, oh. Panabo City, ito ang ating bida. Reading the Lights, ito ang ating programa. Sinusulong ang love sa pagbabasa. Ipagpatuloy natin ang nagsimula na. 8-week curriculum ating ipinatupad. Home remedial reading ay namayagpag. Modular at radio-based learning modality. TV ARALAN ay di pa huli. Sa Reading Delights, tuloy ang pagbasa. Sa Reading Delights, tuloy ang ligaya. Bawat bata, bumabasa. Kahit panahon ng pandemya, we embrace the new normal. Tuloy ang pagbasa. Sa Reading Delights, tuloy ang pagbasa. Sa Reading Delights, tuloy ang ligaya. Bawat bata, bumabasa. Kahit panahon ng pandemya, we embrace the new normal. Tuloy ang pagbasa, tuloy ang ligaya. Oh, oh. Tuloy ang pagbasa. Oh, oh. Tuloy ang ligaya.
Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Isang napakagandang araw na naman po ang ibinigay sa atin ng Panginoon. Yes po, it's Friday at basta Friday, it's Reading Delights Day. I am teacher Marie Hesta Cadorna, your lovely host for the day. Good morning, Panabo City Division! Good morning to our dear viewers. Most especially po sa ating mga DepEd officials with our school's division superintendent, Dr. Renante A. Solitario, our ASDS Ma'am Feby K. L. Refamonte. Ma'am, good morning po. Our Chief of CID, Chief Januario E. Yabota, and Chief of SGOD, Ma'am Eileen Aninuevo. Magandang araw din po sa ating mga education program supervisors, most especially sa ating division reading focal person, EPS in English, Dr. Maria Perpetua Angelita G. Suelto. Ma'am, good morning po. Our Education Program Supervisor in Filipino, Ma'am Eldy Chris B. Calzadora. Ma'am, good morning po and welcome to Panabo City Division. And to our EPS in MTB MLE, Ma'am Dijuani Aguilar. At syempre po sa ating mga PSDS, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Syempre, isang magandang buhay din po sa ating mga cute na chikitings, sa ating mga magulang, sa mga kapwa kupoguro, at sa ating buong mga mag-aaral dito sa Panabo City Division. Good morning po sa inyong lahat. Welcome po for another episode ng Unlimited Stories for Reading Delights. And definitely, we are now on our Year 2, Episode 16 na po ng USFRD. Yes, streaming simultaneously live on DepEd Panabo City FB page and YouTube channel, Panabo City Division Reading Delights FB page, and on Panabo Satellite Cable Channel 1. Hello po, Sir James and Ma'am Alexandra Chu. Good morning po sa inyo, Ma'am, Sir. Live din po tayong mapapakinggan sa New Visayas AIM Radio 99.0 FM for a good start. Wow! Maraming salamat po pala sa kang Sir Julius Welton. Okay, previously we have heard stories about ang nawalang manok ni Lolo Kulas, si Ching na takot sa dilim, Jailing and the Magic Ring, Isaac Newton and his discoveries, The Story of an Hour, at Isang Basong Gatas. Napakagandang mga kwento po iyon, na may iba't ibang dalang lessons. Ngayong araw, another set of amazing stories and storytellers will be showcased right in front of you. Kaya naman, shout out po muna tayo sa ating mga live viewers. Magbabasa po muna tayo ng mga comments ninyo or mga greetings ninyo o mga shout out ninyo ngayong araw. Sige daw, P. May re-request, Sir Roland, to please flash kung meron po mga shoutout ngayong umagang ito. Okay. Alright, from Adam U. Ayag. Good morning, my name is Adam Angeli U. Ayag. My age is 9. Uy, kompleto talaga, ha? And my grade is 3. And my teacher is Mini Betisula, watching from Rizal Elementary School. Hello, Adam. Good morning. Thank you. Relax ka lang dyan. Another from Adeline Joy Padenas Gakasan. Good morning, Kiara Marie Gakasan Morales. Grade 3 AAC is watching from Rizal Elementary School. Hello. Hello po, ma'am. Uy, mismo from Rizal. Hello Rizal, it's Friday Reading Day. Please stay tuned and participate. Maraming salamat po sa support from Rizal Elementary School with our school principal, Ma'am Ramilin Antalan. Maraming salamat po, ma'am. Okay, meron pa po ba? Mm-hmm. Okay. Ooh, from Olive Fem Martinez. Good morning, everyone watching from Rizal Elementary School under the advisory of Ma'am Emilita Lazaderas Flores. Okay, good morning. Napaka-cute, no? Feel ko excited ang bawat isa na mapakinggan ang mga news stories for today. Okay? Sige. Maraming salamat po, no? So, just sit, relax, and enjoy our stories today. And please, feel free to comment your answers or your reflections or ano man ang inyong na-learn sa bawat story po na ibibigay o ikikwento na ating mga storytellers for today. Well, sige, wag na po nating patagalin pa. Alam kong ready na ang ating first storyteller. Sige po, ipakikilala ko po muna siya, ano ha? Ang ating pong unang storyteller ay from Cutoy Elementary School with their school head, Ma'am Emily A. Ibo, head teacher 2. Good morning po, ma'am. Ang kanila pong school reading program ay Bata Unlad Basa. Ngayon po, ang kanya pong story na ikikwento sa atin ay Bag-o nga Berto. Uy, sa unsang paagi kaha magbag-o si Berto. Kini sugilanon ni Maria Hedilita Siga Laura ug gitibuho ni Paulo John Britannia. Unsa kahanga atong makatuna ni ini nga storya? Well, let us welcome on screen Ma'am Angelina J. Templado.
Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Hello, maayong buntag mga bata ug sa tanang viewers nga naminaw ug nananaw sa ilang mga panimalay karon. Nalipay ko nga makauban ko ninyo karon na buntag. Excited na ba mo maminaw sa atong story? Ako di ay si Ma'am Angelina J. Templado, magtutudlo sa grade 1 sa Cutoy Elementary School. Ako karon ang inyong storyteller sa MTB MLE. Sa dili pa nato sugdan ang atong sugilanon karon, ako usang tawagon ang akong pupil interactor, walay lain kundi si Kiara Katie Adrimesin. Okay, siguro na ay problema sa internet connection. Magpadayon ta. How about sa mga viewers? Andam na ba mo? Kung andam na, magsugod na ta. Ang atong story karon giuluhan og Bag-o nga Berto. Mga paunang pangutana. Aduna ba kay kabag-uhan sa kinaiya ni Berto? Kaduha, magpabilin ba ka siya nga sa lawayon sa iyang ginikanan? Mga pulong nga angay nato hinumduman. Una, smartphone. Unsa may pasabot sa smartphone? Cellphone. Kaduha, busy. Ang busy, ang pasabot ana nagpuliki. Ikatulo, hinulsol. Ang pasabot ana nagmahay. Ang ikaupat, nawili. Ang pasabot anang nawili naagni. Ikalima, sita. Ang kapulong sa sita, gibadlong. Bag-o nga Berto, ginsulat ni Mahidilita si Galaura. Ginlaragway ni Paulo Jan Britanya. Sabado sa buntag, alas 7 na nagmata si Berto tungod kay walay klase. Nibangon siya ug nagdula dayon sa iyang smartphone. Berto! Tawag ni Nanay Minda. Unsa nay? Tubag ni Berto. Kasayo ba nimo nagdula og smartphone? Hipusa-usa na ang imong banig, habol og unlan. Napugos ra og tuman si Berto kay Nanay Minda kay excited na kaayo siya nga modula. Sunod nga adlaw, napuliki ang tibuok pamilya ni Berto. Si Marla nanilhig sa ilang tugaran. Si Danilo namubo sa mga tanom. Nagluto usab si Nanay Minda para sa ilang pamahaw ug si Tatay Kanor nagbungkal sa yuta sa ilang hardin. Apan si Berto murag wala ra sa iyaha ang kabisi sa iyang pamilya. Padayon ra siya sa pagdula sa iyang smartphone. Berto, tabang po diri sa amoa! Sita sa iyang magulang nga si Marla. Mao jud, dugang ni manong niya Danilo. Okay, mga viewers, mangutana ko sa inyo ha. Ngano kaha wala man napansin ni Berto nga busy ang iyang pamilya? Si Kiara naa ba ang akong pupil interactor? Okay, magbasa ko diri sa mga viewers kung unsa ilang tubag. Akong utrohon, ngano kaha wala man napansin ni Berto nga busy ang iyang pamilya? Okay, si Laika Amarillo 2. Kay nagdula siya og smartphone. Tama. Kinsa pa? Si Joris J. Divero. Tungod kay sige man siya og dula sa iyang smartphone. Tama pod. Okay. Kung naa si Berto sa eskwelahan, bibo nga nagdula og dakpanay ang iyang mga classmate panahon sa recess. Apan wala siya gana mo apil kay gipalabi pa niya ang pagdula sa iyang smartphone. Adlaw sa Domingo, adlaw nga natawhan ni Nanay Minda. Sayo nga giharanahan ni Marla, Danilo ug Tatay Kanor si Nanay Minda. Pagmata ni Berto, nagdula dayon siya sa iyang cellphone ug nalimtan niya ang birthday sa iyang nanay nga si Minda. Viewers, mangutanan na pud ko ha. Unsa kaha ang mahitabo sa adlaw natawhan ni Nanay Minda? Utrohon ako, unsa kaha ang mahitabo sa adlaw natawhan ni Nanay Minda? B, magtanaw ko sa mga tubag ninyo kung naa ba. Wala pa no, siguro ang uban naghunahuna pa sa ilang mga tubag. B, ang birthday niya. Okay, alay ka Amarillo to gihapon, maghanda sila og pagkaon para malipay si Nanay Minda. Tama no, kay birthday man ni Nanay Minda. Maghanda gid sila og pagkaon. Unsa pa gid inyong tubag? Si Sofia Hill. Dili mahinumduman ni Berto. Wala jud na hinumduman ni Berto. So siguro si Nanay Minda naguol siya no. Kaya wala man na hinumduman ni Berto ang iyang birthday. Okay, nag-celebrate. Okay, salamat sa inyong tubag, tama tanan. Paghuman sa pamahaw, nagplano nga magsimba ang pamilya sa Spousal of Mary and Joseph Parish og Manuroy sa City Mall. Gipauna nila og hipos si Berto sa iyang kinanan. Paghuman niya og hipos, Naghigda siya sa iyang kwarto, nagdula dayon sa iyang smartphone. Berto, manglakaw na ta, tawag ni Nanay Minda. Oo, Nay, kadali lang good. Tubag ni Berto. Apan nawili siya sa pagdula sa iyang smartphone. Ning labay ang pila ka minuto, nigawa si Berto sa iyang kwarto tungod nahilom na ang balay ug abi niya wala nay tao. Kahilakon si Berto samtang nagtan-aw sa bintana ug naminaw sa mga tingog sa mga sakyanan. Gibiyaan jud ko nila. Kung wala lang unta ko nagdula sa akong smartphone, makauban unta ko nila. Dili unta ko mabilin diri sa balay. Hinusol ni Berto. Iya dayon na hinumduman nga birthday day sa iyang nanay Minda. Okay, mga viewers, apil si Kiara kung naana siya. Unsa kaha ang nahitabo kay Berto nganong gibiyaan siya sa iyang pamilya? Sige daw be. Tan-aw na ko diri sa comment section kung kinsa ang maka-answer og tama. Naa ba? Utrohon ako ang pangutana, unsa ka ang nahitabo kay Berto nganong gibiyaan siya sa iyang pamilya? Sa ni Dwenerick James Alderi, naghilak daw siya. Laika Amarillo to, nabiyaan siya kay sige og dulag smartphone. Si Berto naghilak kay gibiyaan siya kay sige man siya dulag cellphone, mao nang nabiyaan siya. Okay, mangita pa tag isa. Joris J. Devero kay sige man og dula sa iyang cellphone. Mauna nabiyaan sa iyang pamilya kay sige dulag cellphone. Okay. Sunod. Naghilak. Berto, dungan nga singgit sa iyang pamilya. Wala niya nahibaluan nga nanago ra sila sa likod sa ilang balay. Abi nimo nilakaw nami, sulti ni Marla og nagpahiyom. Samtang nangatawa sila Danilo og Tatay Kanor. Berto, dili sa tanang oras smartphone na lang ang imong giatubang. May husto nga oras sa pagdula ana, pasabot ni Nanay Minda. Gigakos ni Berto si Nanay Minda ug nangayo siya og pasaylo. Nisaad siya nga dili na siya kanunay magdula ug maminaw na siya pirmi sa iyang Nanay Minda. So kani adto, bag-o nga Berto ang nakita sa panimalay ug sa eskwelahan. Usa na kabuutan ug matinabangon nga bata si Berto. Moral lesson. Una, ang paggamit sa smartphone kinahanglan atong ibutang sa saktong oras ug tamang paggamit niini. Kaduha, dili nato kini himuong babag para mahimong tapulan o salawayon sa pamilya o katilingban. Ikatulo, ang bata nga masulundon sa ginikanan hatagan sa Dios ug taas pa nga kinabuhi. Pagtubag sa mga pangutana. Okay, mangutana na pud ko sa inyo ha, mga viewers. Una, kinsa man ang bata sa sugilanon? A. Si Pedro. B. Si Johnny. C. Si Berto. Unsa man inyong tubag? Okay, si Lia Tagalog Apilanis, ingon siya. Letter, unsa to yung answer? C. Si Berto, tama. Sofia Hill, C. Kate Alexa Abuna, C. Okay, tama inyong tubag. Letter C, si Berto. Sunod. Ikaduha, asa man nahitabo ang maong sugilanon? A. Sa bukid. B. Sa balay. C. Sa eskwelahan. Ang inyong tubag, C. Divine Grace, letter C. Dainali Toribio, letter C. Sophia Hill, letter B. Okay? So, ang tamang sagot or ang tama nga tubag, letrang C, sa balay. Ikatulo, unsa man ang problema ni Berto? Letter A, tapulan kaayo siya. Letrang B, dili siya kabalo mobasa. Letrang C, sige og dula sa iyang smartphone. Ang tubag sa mga viewers, Laika Amarillo 2, letter C. Sofia Hill, letrang C. Okay, Juris J. Divero, letrang C. Okay, tama. Sunod. O, letrang C. Ikaupat, tama ba ang gibuhat ni Berto nga permi lang magdula og smartphone? A, dili, tungod kay makadaot sa mata ang sige og tutok sa smartphone. Letrang B, oo, aron mahawd na siya magdula og smartphone. Letrang C, dili, tungod kay masuko ang iyang nanay Minda. Unsa man ang tama nga tubag? Letrang A, Joris J. Divero. Silay ka Amarillo to A po, Johan, okay. Tama ang inyong sagot, tama inyong tubag. Letrang A. Dili, tungod kay makadaot sa mata ang sige og tutok sa cellphone or sa smartphone. Kalima, sa unsang pamaagi natabangan si Berto sa iyang pamilya para maundang ang permi niyang pagdula sa smartphone? Letrang A, wala nila kini gitagan og balon sa eskwelahan. B, gisuwayan nila kini og gibiyaan sa balay. C, gikasab-an nila kini pag-ayo. Unsa man inyong tubag? Letrang unsa man? B, Sofia, si Laika, Ella, si Ella iyang answer. Okay, B ang tama nga tubag. Okay, letrang B, gisuwayan nila kini og gibiyaan sa balay. Okay, daghang salamat sa pagpaminaw. Unsa gani ang lesson or moral lesson na makuha sa story? Ang makuha nato sa story nga dapat unsa man nga magsigig tanaw og cellphone. Dapat dili ta sig tanaw og cellphone no, kay nganuman makadaot sa atong mata. Unsa pa gyud nga makuha nato nga moral lesson? Dapat mag-obey ta sa atong mama o papa. Pag mayroon natong mama papa, dili sige gamit og cellphone. Sa atong buhaton, dili jud ta magamit. Ang uban manggod kay kung mo nang mama papa, dili magamit og cellphone, mura ra gay bungol no. Dili ga pamati. Nya human magpabudlot dayon sa simod nga mura og unsa man bitayan og isa ka kaldero. No? Ang uban pod magbundak-bundak sa tiil kay gusto jud nila nga magdulag cellphone. Mga bata, dili ta sigig dulag cellphone kay nganuman madaot ang atong mata. Ikaduha, dapat mutuman ta sa atong mama ug papa kay ingon ang Bible nga unsa man sa Ephesians 6:1 or Efesos 6:1, ang mga bata dapat mag-obey sa mama ug papa, magtuman kay ikalipay kana sa Ginoo. Nang hinaot ko mga bata ug mga viewers nga namoy natun-an karon na adlaw sa atong story. Nagpasalamat pud ko sa New Visayas AM Radio 99.0 FM and to our Division Reading Coordinator, Panabo City Division Reading Delights Coordinator, EPS Ma Maria Perpetua Angelita G. Suelto. EPS MTB MLE Coordinator, Ma'am Joanny C. Aguilar. To our School Head of Cutoy Elementary School, Ma'am Emily E. Ibo. To all my mentor, Verna Fe P. Mayo, our MTB Coordinator, and our very supportive PSD1 MTB MLE Coordinator, Sir Arian J. Herondio, to the writer and illustrator of the story, Mahidilita C. Galaura, and Paulo Jan Britannia. To my pupil interactor, Kiara Katie Adrimisin, and your very supportive parents. To my family, and kyutoy i-experience ang learners nga mga maabtikon. Tuol panabuwans nga nananaw og naminaw karong buntaga, daghang salamat kaninyong tanan. Padayon sa pagtuon, handa isip, handa bukas. Amping kanunay, dalaygon ang Diyos. Bye-bye!
Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Daghang salamat sad Ma'am Angelina J. Templado from Cutoy Elementary School. Nindot kaayo ang story nga gipabatyag ni Ma'am kanato karong buntaga. Ang storya mao bag-o nga Berto. Namatikdan ba ninyo unsa kaluoy si Berto? Abi niya gibyaan na siya sa iyang lolo, sa iyang mama no. Tungod lang kay na busy siya ug gamit sa iyang cellphone. Muuto siya ang dakong epekto kung ang atong atensyon ug ang ato ang time naa na tanan sa paggamit og cellphone. Nindot kaayo ang gidalang o gihatag nga lessons niining nga story no. According kang ma'am, ang paggamit sa smartphone kinahanglan atong ibutang sa saktong oras ug tamang paggamit niini. Ikaduha, dili nato kini himuong babag para mahimong takulan o salawayon sa pamilya o katilingban. Ug ikatulo nga lesson, ang bata nga masulundon sa ginikanan, hatagan sa Dios ug taas pa nga kinabuhi. So nakita nato ang importansya kung kahibalog gyud ta mosunod sa mga sugo ug gipang-ingon sa atong mga katigulangan. Daghan kayong salamat Ma'am Angelina J. Templado sa imong storya nga bag-o nga Berto. I'm sure daghan jud pud kaayo mong nakatunan ato no mga kids. Well now, let's proceed to our second storyteller. She is from Rizal Elementary School with her school principal, Ma'am Rameline Antalan. Good morning po, Ma'am Rams. And their school reading program is Rizal, which means Reading Ingenuity Zealous to Achieve Learning. Ang pamagat po ng kanyang kwento na babasahin ngayon ay ang mapagbigay na puno. It is written and illustrated by Shel Silverstein. Kasama po niya ang kanyang pupil interactor na si Ashley Margaret Kinaso from Kinder Peach Blended Learning. Well, unsa kahanga tumakot na niini nga storya? Bueno, atong paminawan si Ma'am Maricel Uniforme.
Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Magandang umaga! Kumusta kayo mga bata? Sobra ko kayong na-miss dito sa ating programa. Naway nasa mabuti kayong kalagayan at sana may malusog na pangangatawan. Nandito na naman po ako upang magkwento para sa asignaturang Filipino. Ang inyong lingkod, Binibining Maricel V. Uniforme, na nagtuturo sa paaralang elementarya ng Rizal. Bago natin sisimulan ang aming kwento, aking munang ipakikilala ang aking estudyante sa Kindergarten Peach Blended Learning. Nakasama ko ngayon na magiging pupil interactor natin na walang iba kundi si Ashley Margaret Kinaso. Hello Ashley, magandang umaga. Kumusta ka? Maayos bang
naman.
batiin ang nanonood sa Unlimited Stories for Reading Delights at nakikinig sa atin ngayon sa AIM Radio 99.0 FM?
Opo, teacher.
Sige, batiin mo na sila.
Magandang araw, kumusta po kayo? Ako po si Ashley Margaret L. Quinaso. Magandang araw, kumusta po kayo? Ako po si Ashley Margaret L. Quinaso. 6 na taong gulang mula sa kindergarten, Peach Blended Learning. Sana magustuhan niyo po ang aming inihandang kwento para sa inyo.
Masaya ka ba ngayon at ikaw ay naimbitahan dito sa programa, Ashley?
Opo, teacher.
Ako din, masayang-masaya na makasama ka ngayon. Kayo ba iniibig kong tagapanood at tagapakinig? Handa na ba kayong makinig sa aming kwento? Pero bago yan, atin munang alamin ang kahulugan ng mga salitang ating masasalubong sa kwento mamaya. Mga talasalitaan. Ashley, maari mo bang basahin ang unang talasalitaan?
Opo, teacher.
Unang talasalitaan.
Lugar na kagubatan.
Na ang ibig sabihin ay isang lugar na may malaking bilang ng mga puno. Pangalawa.
Sanga.
Ito ay mga kahoy na nakadikit sa puno. Ano ang pangatlo, Ashley?
Mansanas.
Ito ay isang uri ng prutas na binibigay ng puno. Pang-apat,
Buntod. Talampas.
talampas. Ito ay isang kapatagan na makikita sa tuktok ng bundok. At ang panglima,
Troso.
ito ang pinakakatawan ng puno. At ang panghuli, Ashley,
Polusyon.
ito ay pagkakaroon ng pagiging hindi malinis na kapaligiran. Hayan, maari na tayong magsisimula sa ating kwento. Halina't manood, makinig at lumahok sa ating programa. Ang mapagbigay na puno. Isinulat at iginuhit ni Shel Silverstein at ito ay isinilarawan ng kwentong pambata mula sa YouTube. Ito ang kwento ng tunay at wagas na pakikipagkaibigan at pagmamahal ng kalikasan. Sa kagubatan, sa labas lamang ng syudad, may isang mataas at matibay na puno. Mahaba ang kanyang sanga. Sumasayaw ang napakaraming dahon nito kasabay ng ihip ng hangin. Dumadapo din dito ang mga ibon galing pa sa malalayong lugar para magpahinga at kumanta. Tunay na maganda at masaya ang puno. Malapit ang loob ng puno sa isang batang nakatira sa malapit na bayan. Araw-araw pagkagaling sa eskwela, pinupuntahan ng bata ang puno para maglaro. Kinakain niya ang mga mansanas mula sa puno at nakikipaglaro ng taguan dito. Buong magdamag silang nagkwekwentuhan. Kinakwento ng bata ang lahat ng nasa isip niya, mga ideya, mga plano ng kanyang imahinasyon at mga kaganapan sa eskwela. Masaya at buong pusong nakikinig ang puno sa lahat ng sinasabi ng bata sa kanya. Nagkakasundo sila sa lahat ng bagay, kaya lalo silang naging malapit sa isa't isa. Gumagawa ng korona ang bata at nagpapanggap na isang hari. Umaakyat siya ng puno at naglalaro sa mga sanga nito. Napakalinis at napakalinang ng tubig, kaibigang puno. Napakaswerte mo. Ang ganda ng tanawin dito. Ang malinis na tubig. Ang paglubog ng araw. Yung hangin kaya naman pala. Lagi kang masaya, kaibigang puno. Dito na lang kaya ako tumira. Tama na. Tama ka, kaibigan. Ang tubig, ang araw, at ang hangin, lagi silang andyan. Masaya ako na nakikita mo sila. Ha! Mahal kita, kaibigang puno. Best friend talaga kita. Mahal din kita. Tanong, ano ang parte ng katawan ng puno ang sumasayaw? A. Troso. B. Sanga. C. Dahon. Ang tamang sagot ay... Ano, Ashley?
Dahon.
C. Dahon. Tama. Magpatuloy tayo. Ilang oras din siyang nakikipagkwentuhan sa puno. Kapag napagod siya sa kwentuhan at laro, natutulog naman siya sa silong nito. Sa paglipas ng panahon, lumaki na ang bata at nagkaroon na ng mga kaibigan. Naging abala siya at minsan na lang nakikipaglaro sa puno. Pero natutuwa pa rin ang puno sa konting oras na nakakasama ang kaibigan. Hindi ka malulungkot kapag lumulubog ang araw? Nalalagas ang dahon mo sa taglamig? Nalulungkot din ako. Pero alam kong sisikat din ang araw kinabukasan. Tutubo din ang mga dahon sa tagsibol. Hinihintay ko na lang sila. Tama ka! Maganda rin panoorin ang paglubog ng araw. Ang swerte mo, kaibigang puno. Maganda ang tanawin mo rito. Sana dito ako nakatira. Swerte ba ang tawag doon? Andyan lang naman lagi ang araw. At masaya akong panoorin ito kasama ka. Pwede ka nang manatili rito. Magugustuhan mo yun. Ha! Hindi ganun kadali yun. Wala kang responsibilidad. Kailangan kong magtrabaho paglaki ko. Kailangan kong magplano. Gusto kong maging masaya. Hindi ka ba masaya ngayon? Masaya naman. Marami pa akong gusto eh. Tanong, ano ang ginawa ng bata kapag siya ay napagod na sa pakikipagkwentuhan sa puno? Basahin mo nga, Ashley.
A. C. Natutulog.
A. Kumakanta. B. Sumasayaw. C. Natutulog. Ano ang tamang sagot?
A.
Ano ulit,
C.
Ashley, ang sagot?
Natutulog.
C. Natutulog.
C. Natutulog.
Opo, tama. Unti-unti nang nawawalan ng oras ang bata para bisitahin ang puno. Madalas mag-isa ang puno at hinihintay lamang ang kaibigan. Hanggang isang araw, muling binisita ng bata ang puno. Masaya ang puno makita ang bata. Bumibilis ang tibok ng kanyang puso sa bawat hakbang nito. Tumindig siya at tinawag ang kaibigang bata. Halika, kaibigan! Umakyat ka sa akin at maglaro sa aking mga sanga. Kumain ka ng masanas para maging masaya ka. Masyado na akong malaki para umakyat sa puno at maglaro sa mga sanga. Nakita mo ba ang paglubog ng araw? Iba gusto mo yan? Ayoko na yan, kaibigang puno. Gusto ko magkaroon ng maraming pera. Gusto kong umalis at maglakbay. Bakit parang malungkot ka? Alam mo kasi, talagang kailangan ko ng pera. Sa totoong buhay, kailangan ng pera para maging masaya. Ayaw ng punong makita na malungkot ang kanyang kaibigan. Pitasin mo ang prutas ko at ibenta mo sa palengke para magkaroon ka ng pera. Pasensya ka na, wala akong mabibigay na pera sa iyo. Meron lang akong mga dahon at bunga. Talaga, kaibigang puno? Pwede ko bang gawin yon? Yun ba ang magpapasaya sa iyo? Oo naman. Salamat. Best friend talaga kita. At umakyat ang bata sa puno. Pinitas ang lahat ng mansanas at dinala ang mga ito sa palengke para ibenta. Masaya ang puno dahil nakatulong siya sa kanyang kaibigan. Ngunit matagal nang hindi bumalik ang bata, kaya nalungkot muli ang puno. Tanong, ano ang binigay ng puno para magkapera ang bata? A. Araw, B. Hangin, o C. Mansanas? Ano ang tamang sagot, Ashley?
Si mansanas.
Sakto! Mansanas ang tamang sagot. At lumipas ang ilang taon, dumating ang mga ibon, dumapo sa puno at umalis din. Pero naghintay pa rin ang puno doon sa dulo ng talampas. Nakatanaw sa kalayuan kung kailan babalik ang kanyang kaibigan. Hanggang isang araw, dumating ang bata. Tuwang-tuwa ang puno. Halika, kaibigan! Umakyat ka sa akin at maglaro sa aking mga sanga para maging masaya ka. Wala na akong panahong umakyat sa puno. Wala na akong oras. May pamilya na ako. Meron akong asawa at mga anak. Talagang malaki ka na. Pero bakit parang malungkot ka pa rin? Hindi ka ba yan ang gusto mo? Nag-aalala ako, kaibigang puno. Magiging masaya ako kung makakagawa ako ng bahay para sa kanila. Gusto ko lang maging ligtas sila at maginhawa. Hindi kita mabibigyan ng bahay. Ang gubat na ito ang aking tirahan. Pero eto, meron akong mga sanga. Kunin mo ang mga ito at gawin mong bahay para maging masaya ka. At umakyat nga siya sa puno. Pinutol ang mga sanga nito at dinala sa syudad. Masayang puno dahil nakatulong siya sa kaibigan, ngunit hindi ito bumalik ng mahabang panahon, kaya muling nalungkot ang puno. Tanong, ano ang parte ng katawan ng puno ang ginagamit para sa paggawa ng bahay? A. Troso, B. Sanga, C. Dahon. Ang tamang sagot ay ano kaya, Ashley?
Sanga. Sanga. B. Sanga.
Ang tamang sagot ay B. Sanga. Lumipas ang ilang taon pero hindi pa rin bumalik ang kanyang kaibigan. Hindi na nakausap ng puno ang mga ibon dahil darating lamang sila at agad ding aalis. Wala na kasing mga sanga na maaari nilang dapuan para humunin ang kanilang awit. Pagdapo nila sa lupa, nagtatanong ang puno tungkol sa kaibigan pero wala sa kanilang nakakita sa bata. Lubos na nalulungkot ang puno. Andun na lamang siya sa dulo ng bundok, mag-isa at naghihintay sa kanyang kaibigan. Isang araw, dumating ang bata at binisita ang puno pero matanda na ito. Tuwang-tuwa ito na makita ang kaibigan at hindi ito nakapagsalita. Pero nakita niya itong malungkot ang kanyang kaibigan. Umupo ang bata sa lupa, sumandal sa puno at tuluyan ng umiyak. Nadurog ang puso ng puno sa kanyang nakita pero wala siyang sanga para yakapin ang kaibigan. Wala rin siyang mansanas na maibibigay. Maaari na lamang siyang sandalan ng kanyang kaibigan. Anong problema, kaibigan? Bakit ka malungkot? Iniwan na ako ng asawa ko at wala na rin pakialam sa akin ang mga anak ko. Ayoko nang tumira sa walang nagmamahal sa akin. Gusto kong pumunta sa malayong lugar. Ayoko na sa lugar na ito. Lagi mo na lang hinahanap ang kaligayahan. Bakit hindi mo hayaang hanapin ka ng kaligayahan mo? Walang kaligayahan sa lugar na ito. Kung meron sana akong bangka para maglayag sa malinaw na tubig, magpahinga at ramdamin ang init ng araw. Magiging masaya ka na? Oo, mapayapa at masaya. Eto, pulutin mo ang aking troso at gumawa ka ng bangka para makapaglayag ka. Talaga, kaibigang puno? Salamat, ikaw talagang best friend ko. Kinuha ng lalaki ang kanyang mga gamit para maputol ang puno. Gumawa siya ng bangka at nakaramdam siya ng saya at ginhawa. Masaya ang puno dahil nakatulong ito sa kanyang kaibigan. Pinagmasdan niya ang paggawa ng bangka at ang muling pag-alis ng kaibigan. Ang tanong, ano ang parte ng katawan ng puno ang ginawang bangka? A. Troso. B. Sanga. C. Dahon. Ang tamang sagot ay Ashley?
Troso.
Tama. Ang ginawang bangka ng bata ay ang troso. Naroon na nga raw ang hangin, ang malinaw na tubig, at ang kaibigang naglalayag papalayo. Labis na nalulungkot ang puno dahil tuluyan nang umalis ang kanyang kaibigan tulad ng pinag-uusapan nila noong araw. Ang dating malaking puno, isa na lamang kahoy sa dulo ng bundok. Dumaan ang ilang taon at lalong naging malungkot ang puno. Hindi na niya makikita ang bundok at gusali sa malayo. Hindi na rin niya matanaw ang kanyang tirahan at ang mga taong dumadaan dahil isa na lamang siyang munting kahoy sa lupa. Wala na ang mga ibon, wala na rin ang mga berdeng pastulan, wala na ang maginhawang tirahan at higit sa lahat, wala na rin ang kanyang kaibigan. Isang araw, binisita ng lalaki ang puno. Malaki na ang pinagbago sa syudad. Puno na ito ng gusali sa halip na makita ang kalikasan. Nasira na ang mga puno sa gubat, pati ang mga halaman at damuhan. At ang batang lalaki ngayon ay matanda na. Nahihirapan na rin siyang huminga. Kuba na siya at may tungkod kapag naglalakad. Iniisip niya kung makikita pa niya ang kanyang kaibigang puno. Nilamon na ng syudad ang gubat. Sana makita ko ang aking maputing kaibigan. At nakita nga niya ito kung saan sila huling nagkita. Isang munting kahoy na naghihintay sa kanya. Dumating ka, kaibigan. Ang tagal kong hinintay ang pagbabalik mo. Ha! Oo, kaibigang puno. Mabuti nakita uli kita. Pumunta ako sa ibang syudad. Ilang taon din ako doon. Mukhang nahihirapan ka huminga. Oo, mahirap huminga sa sobrang usok at polusyon sa syudad. Pasensya ka, kaibigang, wala na akong maibibigay sa iyo. Wala na akong mansanas. Hindi ko kayang umuya ng mansanas. Ha ha ha. Wala na rin akong sanga. Hindi ka makapaglaro dito. Masyado na akong matanda para maglaro. Wala na rin akong troso. Hindi ka nga pwedeng umakyat. Wala na akong lakas para umakyat ng puno. Masakit na ang likod ko. Nalungkot ang puno. Hay, pasensya ka na. Sana may maibibigay pa ako sa iyo. Pero wala na natira sa akin, isa na lamang akong maliit na kahoy. Nakakalbo na ang kagubatan, hindi naman nagbibigay ng sariwang hangin ang mga gusali. Pero kayong mga puno, oo, hindi rin naman mawawala ang polusyon dahil sa mga gusali. Sadyang madamot ang mga tao. Puno na tayo ng maduming usok ang paligid. Hindi ba nila naisip ang halaga ng kalikasan? Hindi nakasagot ang puno at wala siyang nasabi sa kanyang kaibigan. Matanda na ako. Madali na rin akong mapagod. Gusto kong makalanghap ng sariwang hangin at umupo sa tahimik na lugar. Inayos ng puno ang kanyang pagkakatindig. Aba, yun lang ba? Magandang upuan ang isang maliit na kahoy na katulad ko. Halika, kaibigan, umupo ka at magpahinga dito. Umupo ang lalaki sa puno at huminga ng malalim. Pinagbasdan niya ang paglubog ng araw sa malinaw na tubig. Naramdaman niya ang malamig na hangin. Maswerte ka, kaibigang puno. Maganda ang tanawin mo rito. Ang araw, ang hangin, at ang malinaw na tubig. Nag-usap sila tungkol sa buhay at ang pagbabago ng kanilang paligid. Nagkwento din ang lalaki sa kaibigang puno at naging masaya at ang puno. Okay, yun nagtatapos ang ating kwento. Ano ang aral sa kwentong nakuha mo, Ashley?
Ang mapagbigay na puno.
Ano ang pwede mong maibigay na aral para sa kanila? Na walang hanggan
ang ugnayan ng tao at ang kalikasan, kailangan pahalagahan at pangalagaan ang inang kalikasan.
Tama ka, Ashley. Dapat nating pagkakatandaan na kailangan ng puno ang tao at kailangan din ng tao ang puno. Ating protektahan ang gubat. Protektahan din ang kalikasan. At dito nagtatapos ang aming kwento. Ngayon, handa na ba kayong sumagot sa mga tanong? Mga tanong. Unang tanong. Mga bata, handa na ba kayo sa mga tanong na ibibigay ko sa inyo? Unang tanong. Sino ang kinasasabikang makita at nagpapasaya sa puno? A. Tao. B. Ibon. C. Bata. D. Araw. Gusto kong makita ang mga sagot ninyo, mga bata. Okay. Ang tamang sagot ay C. Bata. Pangalawang tanong. Alin ang hindi totoo tungkol sa punong kahoy? Ulitin ko, alin ang hindi totoo tungkol sa punong kahoy? A. Ito ay nagbibigay polusyon. B. Ito ay nagbibigay ng pagkain sa tao. C. Ito ay ginagamit sa pagbuo ng bahay. D. Ito ay ginagawang silungan ng mga ibon. Ano ang tabang sagot? Ang tamang sagot ay A. Ito ay nagbibigay ng polusyon. Sige nga, Ashley, basahin mo ang pangatlong tanong.
Kailan nalulungkot ang puno?
A. Kapag wala siyang pera.
A. Kapag wala siyang pera. B. Kapag hindi niya nakikita ang bata. C. Kapag pinuputol ang kaniyang sanga. D. Kapag hindi umaakyat ang bata sa puno.
Ano ang tamang sagot? Nakikita ko ang iyong mga sagot dito. Sige nga, Ashley, ano ang tamang sagot?
Letter B.
Letter B. Kapag hindi niya nakikita ang bata. Tama. Marami ang sumasagot dito. Number 4 or pang-apat na tanong. Bakit umalis at iniwan ng bata ang kaibigang puno? A. Dahil maliligo pa siya. B. Dahil mamamasyal pa siya. C. Dahil maglalaro pa siya kasama ang kaibigan. Or D. Dahil may responsibilidad siyang gagampanan. Ano ang tamang sagot? Si Igan nagsagot, si Johan nagsagot din. Ang tamang sagot ay letter D, dahil may responsibilidad siyang gagampanan sa buhay. Nakikita ko si Johan. Kumusta ka, Johan? Next. Pang-5. Mahalaga ba ang puno sa ating buhay? Bakit? Sige nga, tingnan ko nga sa mga manonood natin kung ano ang kanilang sagot. Ikaw ba, Ashley, mahalaga ba ang puno sa ating buhay?
Oo.
Bakit?
Dahil ito ay nagbibigay sa atin ng malinis na hangin, pagkain, at tirahan.
Yes, tama. Mahalaga nga ang puno sa ating buhay. Hello, Frazel! Nakita kita dito. Okay. Tama. At dito nagtatapos ang aming kwento para sa inyo. Maraming salamat sa inyong pakikinig at pakikilahok sa amin ngayon. Maraming salamat din sa iyo, Ashley, at iyong mga magulang na gumabay sa iyo. At maraming salamat sa mga kasamaan ko sa Rizal Elementary School, lalong-lalo na sa mga guro sa kindergarten, kay Ma'am Garden Lynn Ariscado, Madam Ramlin F. Antalan, at Education Program Supervisor sa Filipino na si Sir Peter Mijares na pahintulot na makasama ako muli dito sa programa. Hanggang sa muli mga bata, maraming salamat Ashley, paalam!
Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the Division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Yes, at maraming salamat din po, Ma'am Maricel Uniforme from Rizal Elementary School. Ang kwentong ibinahagi po ni Ma'am Maricel ay isang kwento ng tunay at wagas na pakikipagkaibigan at pagmamahal ng tao sa kalikasan. And nagturo din po yung kwentong ito na walang hanggan ang ugnayan ng tao at ang kalikasan. At kailangang pahalagahan at pangalagaan ang inang kalikasan. Maraming salamat po ulit, Ma'am Maricel Uniforme, with her pupil interactor, Ashley Margaret Quinaso. Well, let's proceed po sa ating pangatlong storyteller for K to 3 English. Okay. Siya po ay from Rizal Elementary School with the same principal, Ma'am Ramilin F. Antalan. Ang kanila pong school reading program ay Rizal, which means Reading Ingenuity, Zealous to Achieve Learning. Ang kanila pong story na ibabahagi is Around the World in 80 Days. It is written by Jules Verne and illustrated by Sunrise Publishers. Kasama po niya ngayon as her people interactor si Feo Ayla Gagabe. Hello, Feo! Okay, excited na po ako. I'm sure excited na rin po kayong mapakinggan si Ma'am Lulibet Vidal.
Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Hello, good morning everyone. Good morning Panabo City Division. Good morning, New Visayas, also to our live viewers this morning. Hello, good morning everyone. We are still live from the station New Visayas Elementary School. I am Lulibet Vidal from Rizal Elementary School, your storyteller in English Kinder to Grade 3. This morning, I am with my Grade 3 SSES pupil, Fiu Ayla Kagabi. Good morning, Fiu Ayla.
Good morning po,
Okay, good
teacher.
morning. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, so I am happy to hear that. That's great. Fiu Ayla, would you like to greet anyone today?
Yes po. Good morning, everyone. Good morning po. My name is Thea Ayla A. Gagabe, Grade 3 SSES from Rizal Elementary School.
Okay, that's good, Fiu Ayla. So, are you ready?
Yes po.
Okay, so we are about to read the story. So let us first check the words that are found in our unlocking of difficulties. So let's have a game. So try to guess the words using the given emojis as your clues. So let us see how many words can you identify. So the first one is
A heart with an R. A
the first one is from the first slide, sir.
rich.
So rich means having abundant possessions and especially material wealth. Okay, so the next one. So for our live viewers this morning, you can comment your answer in the comment box. Okay, the first word, you have to identify that one.
Jar.
Jar plus R plus that image. So identify that word.
Journey.
So what is your answer?
Journey.
Okay, so let us check if your answer is correct. Journey. Journey means, okay, please read for your Ayla.
An act of traveling from one place to another.
Okay, that's great. Next one, please. Okay, you have to identify that one. So let's wait for the others. So let us check any answer from our viewers. Identify that word. Okay, for your Ayla, we have an answer for this one. What is your answer?
Passport.
Is what is your answer?
Passport.
Passport. Okay, let us check if your answer is correct. Passport. So passport mean, can you read? Please read Feo Ayla. Passport is an
Passport is a
An
Um,
official document,
an official document
okay, used by a government, certifying the holder's identity and citizenship and entitling them to travel under its protection to and from foreign countries. Okay, next word. Okay, identify that one. Miss,
misfortune.
okay, let us check if your answer is correct. Yeah, you're correct. Misfortune. Misfortune mean an unfortunate condition or event. So next one. Okay, identify that emoji. What is your answer?
Surprise.
Let us check if your answer is correct. Surprise! Surprise mean an unexpected or astonishing event, fact, or thing. Okay. So next, let's proceed to our bibliographical information of our story. So the title of our story is Around the World in 80 Days by Jules Verne and Restory from Super Story. And it is published by Sunrise Publishers. Okay, are you ready? Tia
Yes.
Ayla? Okay. So our story this morning entitled Around the World in 80 Days. Once, a rich man Phyllis Fogg lived a solitary life in Bollington Gardens. He had a servant, Passepartout. One day, they went to a party where Phyllis Fogg met other rich men. They were discussing about the journey around the world in 80 days. A man showed a newspaper with published article about the journey of the world in 80 days. A man, Mr. Stuart thought that the journey might be plausible theoretically, but it might not be feasible practically. He encouraged Mr. Fogg to complete such adventurous deed. Then, in his excitement, he put a wager against Mr. Fogg. Passepartout packed the modest carpet bag with wardrobes. Mr. Fogg made a note that he and Passepartout would get into the train to Dover at 8:45 p.m. It was Wednesday, October 2. The bet was that he would return before 8:45 p.m. Saturday, December 21. He told that they would assure about the journey of the world by showing passport. They took place in the train. Phileas Fogg left London at 8:45 p.m. with enthusiasm and reached Paris next morning. He had a journal about his expected time for every point initially. Then he left Paris about an hour later at 8:40 a.m. He reached Turin by Mont-Cenis at 6:35 a.m. On October 4, he left Turin about 1 hour later at 7:20 a.m. He arrived Brindisi on October 5 at 4 by sailing on the Mongolia 1 hour later at 5 p.m. He reached Suez, Egypt on Wednesday, October 9 at 11 a.m. The total journey took 6.5 days or 7 days. Fix. The detective was always after Felice Fogg. He observed his activities during journey. On 20th of October, he reached India. It was 2 days ahead of the schedule in Mumbai. Mr. Fogg made a note of this journey in his notebook. He took an elephant for 2,000 pounds to travel through Vindhya Mountain and Indian forest. They enjoyed their journey well. Then they reached Allahabad. They got in a train at Allahabad and reached Calcutta. He noticed that he had lost 2 days during the journey through the Indian forest. During the ride of the elephant, Fogg saved the beautiful Princess Oda, who was to be burnt alive with her dead husband. Fogg took the Indian woman, Oda, and again moved forward. They took a steamer from Calcutta to Hong Kong. From there, they had to move to Yokohama. But Passepartout had forgotten to tell Mr. Fogg about change time for sailing off the Carnatic. When they reached Yokohama, they found himself desolated. He finally found Mr. Fogg when he saw a fall of a pyramid of men on the stage of a circus. He was a part of the show. Now, they took the steamer General Grant, owned the Pacific Mail Steamship Company, from Yokohama across the Pacific Ocean to San Francisco, California. They spent a day in San Francisco. They desired to take the Pacific Railroad from San Francisco to New York in 7 days. But they feared to cross Liverpool because it might take more time to win the bet. Luckily, they paid some money to a ship captain to sail with him to Liverpool. Misfortune came. Fogg was suspected as a bank robber because he was dressed as a thief. The Bank of England and was robbed before their journey. It was 89th day, Saturday, December 21 at 11:40 a.m. But he needed to get to Liverpool, but that evening at 8:45 p.m. When the real robber was arrested, Phyllis Fogg was released. He took a train to reach London at 8:30 p.m., but there were several delays. He reached there at 8:50 p.m. He thought he had lost the beat, but when he agreed to marry Oda, it came to know that he had reached 1 day earlier. He thought it because he had traveled eastward. There, he saved 1 day. He had faced a lot of difficulties in completing his journey in a fixed time. He won the bet. All the club friends were surprised to see him in 80 days. So that's the end of our story. So the moral lesson of our story, please read Feo Ayla.
Take firm decisions and have firm faith in what you're doing at all times in order to succeed.
Okay, you have take firm decisions. So let us answer the question. First question is, please read Feo Ayla.
What is the title of the story?
So
A.
what is it? Okay, letter A. Please read.
Around the World in 80 Days. B.
Letter B.
The Journey. C.
C.
Mr. Phileas Fogg. D. my travel.
So, what is your answer? Let us check.
Letter A, around the world in 80 days.
Okay, very good. That is letter A. So let us check. Saint Jacob the Gas, you're correct. Letter A. So another one, we get the correct answer. Johan Gershano, letter A. Hello, Johan. Okay, another one. Okay. Si Aldrich Zyron Ventura, A. Correct. Si Kathleen Thea Pujeda, letter A. Palma, letter A. So next, let's proceed to the next question. Please read Feo Ayla.
Who is the main character in the story?
Okay, letter A. Please read.
A. Passepartout,
Passepartout. Okay, letter
Passepartout. Letter
B.
B. Mr. Stout. C. Phileas Fogg. D. Auda.
Okay, so let us check your answer.
Letter
So
C.
your
Phileas
answer is okay,
Phileas
Phileas
Fogg.
Fogg. Let us check. Okay, Jacob Digas, letter C. Eh? Then si Gromo. Hello, Gromo. Letter C. Sophia. Letter C then. The other one. So what is your answer, Fia Ayla?
Letter C. Phileas
Let us check
Fogg.
if your answer is correct. So the answer is letter C. Felice Fog. Okay, so Gutera, Lyra Gutera, letter C, you're correct. So next question, please. Please read Feo Ayla.
Where is the setting of the story?
Letter A.
A. At home.
Letter
B.
B.
In the beach. C.
Letter C.
In the forest. D. Different places around the world.
Okay, let us check to our viewers this morning. What is their answer? So T. Okay. Sian, yeah, the answer is letter A. Catherine Pulida, letter D. Si Sian, letter D. Kathleen D. Sophia Hill D. So let us check if your answer is correct. What is your answer for your Ayla?
Letter D. Different
Le-
places around the world.
yeah, letter D. Different places around the world. Okay, you're correct. So next, let's proceed to another question. Okay, please read for your Ayla.
What worst obstacle does Mr. Fogg encounter?
Okay, letter A. He was suspected as a bank robber. Letter B. He married Princess Ada. Letter C. He rode an elephant. Or D. He rode a train. So what is the correct answer? What is your
Let-
answer?
Letter A.
Theo.
He
Letter A.
suspect as a bank robber.
Okay, let us check to our viewers. So, uh, Gromo, letter A. Sian Jacob, letter A. Sophia Hill, letter A. Okay, so let us check if your answer is correct. So the answer is letter A. So next, let's proceed to the next question. Please read.
What is the ending of the story?
So what is the ending of the story? Letter A. Mr. Fogg won the bet. B. Mr. Fogg failed the bet. C. Mr. Fogg died. Or D. Mr. Fogg lost his journey. So what is your answer, Feo?
Letter A. Mr. Fogg won the bet.
Okay. So let us check with our viewers. What is their answer? Okay, so the answer is letter A. Say Ventura, letter A. Avila, letter A. Tigas, letter A. Buhida, letter A. Sophia, letter A. All of you get the correct answer. Okay, next question. Please read.
What moral lesson have you learned in the story?
So, what is the moral lesson we learn from the story? A. Take firm decisions and have firm faith in what you are doing at all times in order to succeed. Or B. Be kind at all times. Letter C. Just pray and wait. And letter D. Eat healthy and nutritious food. Okay, what is the correct answer? What is your answer, Feo?
Letter A. Take firm decisions and have firm faith in what you're doing at all times in order to succeed.
Okay, let us check to our viewers. Emmy Rose. The answer is Avila Lizelle, letter A. Tigas, letter A. Oh, very active ito si Tigas, no? So, Avila Lizelle. Avila Cobarde Maria Lizelle, letter A. Okay, so you got the correct answer, letter A. So, that's the end of our story. Thank you very much. Thank you for answering the questions I prepared for you. Go. Now that's end of my part. Allow me to extend my gratitude to you, fellow Ayla Gagabe. Thank you for your participation. Also to your parents, Sir Michael and Ma'am Gagabe. Thank you for your support. To my colleagues in Rizal Elementary School, as well as my principal, Ma'am Ramilin F. Antalan, thank you. Also to our live viewers and listeners this morning, thank you for actively participating the Friday reading habit. To my family who are watching right now, hello and thank you for watching. Once again, this is teacher Lulibet T. Vidal, from Rizal Elementary School, saying goodbye and stay safe, everyone. Bye.
Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Thank you also, Ma'am Lulivet T. Vidal from Rizal Elementary School with your active pupil interactor, Feyo Ayla Gagabi. So that story, Around the World in 80 Days by Jules Verne, taught us that to take firm decisions and have firm faith in what you're doing at all times in order to succeed. Furthermore, that story taught us the importance of being courageous. Thank you once again, Ma'am Lulivit Vidal with Feo Ayla A. Gagabe. Well then, let's proceed to another storyteller for grades 4 to 6. She is from Consolacion Elementary School with her school head, Ma'am Christy M. Pantonial, head teacher too. The reading program is Project Tama. Project Tama means Tanan Makabasa. Now, her story is entitled Susie and Rover. And it is from www.k5learning.com. Well then, wag na nating patagalin pa. Let us welcome on screen Ma'am April Angela Dumas.
Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I am your storyteller this morning. My name is April Angela Dumas, and I am from Consolacion Elementary School. So I will be telling you a story entitled Susie and Rover from the www.k5learning.com. So I will try to start my story now entitled Susie and Rover. It says here that Mama, said Susie Dean one summer's morning, may I go to the woods and pick berries? Yes, replied Mrs. Dean, but you must take Rover with you. Susie brought her little basket, and a mother packed a nice lunch for her. She, hold on, please. Okay. She tied down the cover and fastened a tin cup to it. The little girl called Rover a great Newfoundland dog and gave him a tin pail to carry. So I have some questions here. Since I do not have any student interactor, can I ask the viewers to please try to give me some answers, okay? So first question is, what did Susie bring with her in going to the woods? Can I get some answers? Is there any answers? Mm-hmm. Oh, oh, oh. Uh-huh. Rover? I think it's not. What did she bring with her in to the woods? Okay, can be. It's her rover and of course her basket. Okay. So, the next question maybe. Jaded Lawan said rover and basket. Maybe the first question is the answer to the first question would be basket. The answer to the second question, I will try to read the second question first. Who did she call to accompany her? Aldrin Zine Ventura said it's rover. That is correct. Okay, let us proceed to the next slide, please. If I bring it home full, Mama, she said, will you make some berry cakes? Okay. Away she skipped, singing, as she went down the lane and across the pasture. When she got to the woods, she put her lunch basket down beside a tree and began to pick berries. Rover ran about, chasing a squirrel and a rabbit, but never straying far from Susie. Okay, so I have another question here. It says, what did Rover do while Susie was picking berries? Mm-hmm. Can I get some answers from the viewers? What did Rover do while Susie was picking the berries? Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, I will try to answer this one because, So while it says in the story that while Susie was picking the berries, Rover ran about and she was chasing a squirrel and a rabbit. But it says here that she never strayed far from Susie. Okay, Mom Kimberly said that playing with a squirrel, that is correct. Now let us proceed to the next slide, please. The tin pail was not a very small one. By the time it was two-thirds full, Susie began to feel hungry and thought she would eat her lunch. Susie, Rover came and took his place at her side as soon as she began to eat. The question here is, did she give him some of the lunch? Well, and the story says here that no, she was in a selfish mood and did no such thing. She said here, there, Rover, run away. There's a good dog, she said. But Rover stayed near her, watching her steadily with his clear brown eyes. The meat he wanted so much was soon eaten up, and all he got of the nice lunch was a small crust of gingerbread that Susie threw away. Now I have here some questions. Two questions. Viewers, may I ask, may I request for an answer? Says here, the question here is that what did Rover wanted to eat for lunch? Anyone who can answer? Mm-hmm. Still waiting? Uh-huh. Kimberly, Ma'am Kimberly says Rover wants to eat the meat. Okay, that is correct. Ma'am Kimberly is very, very. Okay, Elsie Tanupan says that it's the meat. Adelaide Ventura says it's the meat, of course. Thank you very much. That is correct. Now, the second question is what was left for Rover to eat for lunch? Is there anything left for Rover to eat for lunch? Anyone who can answer from the viewers, please? Uh huh. The first question. Uh huh. Only a gingerbread was left. Correct. Okay, let us proceed to the next slide, please. Oh, it's the gingerbread. The answer to the second question is the gingerbread. Uh huh. Okay, the next slide would be after lunch, Susie played for a while by the brook. She threw sticks into the water, and Rover swam in and brought them back. Then she began to pick berries again. She enjoyed the afternoon as much as she did in the morning. The sunshine was as bright, the berries were as sweet and plentiful, and she was neither tired nor hungry. Good, faithful Rover was hungry, and she had not given him even one piece of meat. She tried to forget how selfish she had been, but she could not do so. And quite early, she started for home. When she was nearly out of the woods, a rustling in the underbush attracted her attention. I wonder if that is a bird or a squirrel, she said to herself. She tried to make her way quietly through the underbrush, but she was terrified when she saw a large snake coiled up before her, prepared for a spring. Next slide, please. She was frightened so much that she could not move. But brave Rover saw the snake and, springing forward, scared it away. When the faithful dog came and rubbed his head against her hand, Susie put her arms around his neck and burst into tears. "Oh, Rover," she cried, "you dear dog, good dog. How sorry I am that I was so selfish." Rover understood the tone of her voice, although he did not understand her words, and ran about happily, barking all the time. You can be sure that he had a big supper that evening. Susie never forgot the lesson of that day. She soon learned to be on her guard against a selfish spirit and became a happier and lovable girl. Okay, I will try to add some uh, moral of the story. The moral of our story is that be good, be on guard against your selfish spirit. Avoid being greedy. Learn how to share. The number three is learn how to share, and the fourth one is that be kind not only to humans but also to animals, because we're not sure of what will happen in the future. So always be kind, not only to humans, but also to animals. Now let's proceed, move to the questions. I have some questions here. Question number one. Number one, who are the characters in the story? Letter A, Susie Snow and Lander. B, Susie Dean and Rover. Letter C, Susie White and Sam. Mm-hmm. Who can give me an answer? Anyone who can give me an answer from the viewers? Uh-huh. Letter B, um, Letter B, Elsie from Elsie Benselin. It's letter B. Kimberly, it's a letter B. Adam, you, Ajax says it's letter B as well. Okay, that is correct. Uh-huh. Now let's proceed to the next question. Next slide, please. Where does she want to go? According to the story, where does she want to go? Letter A, to the woods. Letter B, to the market. Letter C, to the playground. Mm-hmm. For question number 2, what would be the answer? It's letter A. Ariel Lois Inigo says it's letter A. That is correct. Now let's proceed to the third question. What does Rover do to show that he is faithful? Letter A. Rover did not stray far from Susie whilst she was picking the berries. Letter B. Rover did play far from Susie whilst she was picking the berries. Letter C. Rover slept far from Susie whilst she was picking berries. What would be the answer? Emerald says it's letter A, and you got it correctly. Laika says it's letter A as well. Correct. Now let's proceed to uh, question number 4. This is my last question. Next slide, please. What scared Susie in the underbrush? Letter A bear scared Susie in the underbrush. Letter B, a crocodile scared Susie in the underbrush. Letter C, a snake scared Susie in the underbrush. It's Adam you says it's letter A. Is that correct? What scared Susie in the underbrush? Yes, it's letter C. Letter C. Mom Kimberly says it's letter C. Eric Gendraule says it's letter C. Correct, Eric? Okay, I think that would be the end of my story this morning. Once again, this is your teacher, April, your storyteller this morning. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much also for giving me the opportunity to be your storyteller this morning. Once again, this is April Angela Dumas from Constellation Elementary School saying good morning and bye bye, everyone. I will see you again next time. Bye, everyone.
Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Thank you so much, Ma'am April Angela D. Dumas from Constellation Elementary School. Napakaganda po ng story about Susie and Rover, and it taught us that be on guard against selfish spirit, avoid being greedy, and learn how to share, and also be kind not only to humans but also to animals. Once again, thank you so much, Ma'am April. Now let's proceed to another storyteller from the science department. She is from Kauswagan National High School with her school head mom Jeanette Marie Horolan. And the story that she will share is about the value of believing in yourself. This is the story of Louise Pasteur. It is arranged by our storyteller herself. Well, let us welcome on screen Ma'am Kimberly Munez.
Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Thank you, Ma'am. Hello, good morning, everyone. Today is Friday and it's Reading Delight Day. So, shout out to all students, pupils, teachers, as well as to our parents who are watching right now. By the way, I am Mom Kimberly Muñez, your science storyteller this morning. I am from Cosuagan National High School, and today I am with my student interactor. Let us welcome her on screen. Hello, good morning to my
Morning,
student
Ma'am Kim.
interactor. Hello. Hello,
Morning,
good
Ma'am.
morning. Good morning. Kindly introduce your name.
Good morning, Ma'am Kim. Good morning, everyone. I'm Vanella Joyce Pillatora,
Okay,
eighth
hi
grade
Vanilla.
student, eighth grade student, section Aquamarine of Sawaga National High School.
Oh, wow, you're from Casuagan National High School. How are you, Vanilla?
I'm fine, Ma'am. Thank you.
You're fine. Vanilla, hindi ko nakita yung face mo, Vanilla. Is there something with your camera?
Naka-on na
Naka-on
po,
na.
Ma'am.
Oh, naka-on na. Naka-on na yung camera mo, Vanilla. Okay, Vanilla. Are you feeling excited today? Excited ka ba ngayon, Vanilla? Oh, Vanilla, nakita ko na yung face mo. Hi!
Good morning, Ma'am.
Good morning! Kumusta, Vanilla?
Okay lang, Ma'am.
Excited ba?
Yes, Ma'am.
Okay, very good. Sino yung kasama mo ngayon?
Mommy, Ma'am.
Mommy, okay? Okay, I think that everybody is very excited. Are you all ready? How about you, Vanilla? Are you ready, Vanilla?
Yes, Ma'am.
All right, let's get started. But before that, let's have first the vocabularies that we may encounter along the story. So the story is all about Louis Pasteur. And this was written by Spencer Johnson. Okay, the first vocabulary is vaccine. Vaccine. Okay, Vanilla, would you mind to read the definition of vaccine?
Okay, Ma'am. Vaccine is a preventive treatment for certain medical diseases. These are diseases that are caused by infection.
Very good. Next word is rabies. Rabies. Okay, what is rabies, Vanilla?
Rabies, a deadly virus spread to people from the saliva of infected animals.
All right, very good. Next word is germs. Germs. Vanilla.
Germs is a very small organism that causes disease.
Very good. Next word is laboratory. Laboratory. What is laboratory, Vanilla?
Laboratory is a place where experiments and testing are done.
Very good. Next is carriage. Carriage.
Carriage, a vehicle with wheels used for carrying people.
Very good, Vanilla. And now, let's begin our story, The Man Who Saved Million of Lives. How Louis Pasteur saved a million of lives. Okay, I am encouraging everyone to please participate and listen very well. Once upon a time, in far off France, there lived a man named Louis Pasteur. Now and then, this man who was a doctor of science, he wondered why many people died when bitten by a wolf and dog. I must find the invisible enemy, he said. I must find the rabies germs that hide inside the people and make them sick, so sick that they die. Once I find that invisible enemy, I'll think of a way to kill it. Then sick people will be well again. I just know I can do it, he said. What a silly ban, said some children who happened to be near. If an enemy is invisible, that means no one can see it. If no one can see it, no one can find it. Louis Pasteur pretended that he didn't hear those nosy children. He he hurried to the laboratory on the Elm Street, Paris, where he worked every day. I know I am right, he believed himself. I am sure I can do it. So, because he believed himself, he kept on working. He kept on doing what he thought was right. It was hard work, but Louis Pasteur was happy. He knew that if he did find the invisible enemy, the rabies germs, he could help many sick people to be well again. Question number one, Vanilla. What invisible enemy that Louis Pasteur is referring to? A. Rabies germs. B. Microorganisms. C. COVID-19. Or letter D. Bacteria. What do you think is the correct answer, Vanilla?
My answer is A, ma'am. Rabies germs.
Okay, how about to our live viewer? Okay, Arya, according to Arya Louis Inigo, she answered letter A. So the correct answer is letter A, rabies germs. Okay, let's continue. There's a little boy was laughing and poking a stick at a poor sick dog in other land far away, a land called Germany. The boy's name was Joey. He wasn't a cruel little boy. He was just thoughtless as children sometimes are, and he liked to tease as children sometimes do. Soon Joey could see that the dog was very mad. He even had white foam around his mouth, foam like whipped cream. He tried to bark as if to say, "Stop it, stop it," but he couldn't bark. Something was wrong. Do you know what was wrong? That's right. You'd see the invisible enemy, the rabies germs that were making the dog sick. When Joey went off, he didn't notice that the gate was open. The mud sick dog could get out. He could run after Joey and bite him. That's exactly what the dog did. Ouch! Cried Joey as the mud sick dog bit him on the arms and the legs. And then it happened. The invisible enemy, the rabies germs that were hiding in the dog, traveled from the dog's foaming mouth into little boy. Help! Help! Shouted. Joey shouted. Daddy, please help me. Joey's father heard and he ran out of his cottage to see what was the matter. When he saw the dog biting his little boy, he was terribly afraid. Yes, he was a big, strong man, but he was afraid. Sometimes even daddies are afraid too. But Joey's father was brave. He ran toward the dog. Get away! Get away! He shouted at the dog. He waved his arms and stomped his feet. The dog ran off. Joey's father chased the dog back through the gate. When the dog was safely behind the fence, Joey's father carefully closed the gate. The little boy was lying on the ground, crying and bleeding. He had been beaten 14 times. I am afraid my boy is going to be very sick, said Joey's father to himself. Okay, question number two. Who helped Joey from the sick dog? A. Joey's mother. B. Joey's sister. C. Joey's brother. Or letter D. Joey's father. What's the correct answer, Vanilla?
My answer is D, ma'am. Joey's father.
Okay, let's see if you got it right. The correct answer is letter D. Joey's father. Very good. Next, the little boy now had the invisible enemy, the rabies germs hiding inside him. Soon he was not only hurt and tired, he was sick. Joey was sad. Everyone knew that if a person was bitten by a sick, mad dog, the person would surely die. Then one day there was news. Her mother read the news and shouted for joy. A doctor of science has found a way to save people like Joey, she said. He saw sick people like Joey have been invaded by the invisible enemy. He has found the enemy and he has also found a way to kill it. Do you know who the man was? Of course, it was Louis Pasteur, the man who believed himself. Father, we'll need a carriage, said Joey's mother. We must take Joey to Paris to see Dr. Louis Pasteur. Perhaps he can save Joey's life. Joey's father ran. He hired fine carriage and stout and able coachman. 6 fast white horses were hitched to the carriage. Joey's parents wrapped Joey up in warm, soft blankets and put him into the carriage. I wish the dog hadn't died, said Joey sadly. At least, I wish I hadn't poked the dog with a stick. Hurry, said Joey's mother, as the horses galloped down the long, long road to Paris. They were tired and dusty when they arrived at Louis Pasteur's door. But they were happy to be there. They knocked, and Louis Pasteur opened the door and welcomed them. Dr. Pasteur, said the mother as she smiled a brave smile. Our little boy was bitten by a mad dog and is very sick. Can you help us? Perhaps, said Louis Pasteur. I have found a way to kill the invisible enemy, those rabies germs that hide inside the sick animals. Perhaps I can kill the ones that are hidden in your little boy. Then the magical soldiers with bright eyes that can see in the dark, when they see the invisible enemies inside of Joey, my magical soldiers who are very strong will kill that enemy. Joey had been put into bed. When he heard Louis Pasteur say this, he rose up a little. Dr. Pasteur, he said, do you mean your magical soldier will be inside of me? But how will they get there? Very easily, said Louis Pasteur. My magical soldiers can march through long needles and into little boys. They march together like a mighty army. But needles hurt? Sometimes, admitted Dr. Pasteur. But can you be brave, Joey, while my magical soldiers march into you? Yes, I'll be brave. Then you will be the first person to have a shot of my rabies vaccine, said Louis Pasteur. This worried Joey's father. The very first person? He wondered. Will it be dangerous? Are you sure vaccine will work into a little boy? I believe it will, said Louis Pasteur, and he gave Joey his shot. Vanilla, question number 3. Who was bitten by a dog and got rabies germs? A. Joey, B. John, C. Joel, or letter D. Jazz?
My answer would be A, ma'am, Joey.
Okay, how about our live viewers? Okay, according to Jillian Pagalan, her answer is letter A also. And okay, let's check. The correct answer is letter A, Joey. Very good, everyone. Question number 4. What trait of Joey exhibited when he was given by a rabies vaccine? A. Scared. B. Afraid. Or letter C. Sad. Or letter D. Surprise. What's your answer, Vanilla?
My answer is brave, ma'am. Letter
Okay,
B.
letter B. How about to our live viewers? According to Travis Salmargopio, his answer is letter B. And Leo Apple B indeed. His answer is letter B also. Okay, let's see. The correct answer is letter B, brave. Very good, everyone. Let us continue. Joey felt well, so well that he jumped out of the bed and danced around in a circle with his mother, his father, and of course with Dr. Louis Pasteur, who felt as much like dancing as any of them. Hooray! They all shouted. Then Joey thanked Louis Pasteur and rode back home to Germany in the carriage with his mother and father. In Joey's village, the people lined the streets. They laughed and waved to Joey. Everyone was so happy that he was alive. I am very happy. But do you know what made me feel so good while I was trying to find a cure? When I was working in my laboratory, Dr. Pasteur said, I enjoy the times when I believe in myself. In those days, I didn't always succeed. But even if I didn't, it always felt good to believe that I could. As you can see, our story ends happily. And now perhaps you might like to think about yourself. Of course, what you may decide to do in your own life may be very different. Indeed. But whatever you choose yourself, let's hope it will make you happier. Just like our good friend, Dr. Louis Pasteur. Okay, question number 5, Vanilla. Who discovered rabies vaccine? A. Albert Einstein. B. Dmitry Ivanovsky. Or letter C. Louis Pasteur. Or letter D. Sir Isaac Newton. What's your answer, Vanilla?
My answer is C, ma'am. Dr. Louis Pasteur.
Okay, how about to our live viewers? According to Meldy Soriano, her answer is letter C. And according to Tristan Zelmargopio, his answer is also letter C. Let's check. The correct answer is letter C, Louis Pasteur. Very good, everyone. Next, question number 6. Why Louis Pasteur saved millions of lives? What do you think? Why Louis Pasteur saved millions of lives? Letter A, because he invented the vaccine for deadly germ like rabies. Or letter B, because he saved kids from a mad dog. Or letter C, because he gave humors to the sad parents like Joey's parents. Or letter D, because he made fun to the children in his plays. Vanilla?
My answer is A, ma'am. Louis Pasteur saved millions of lives because he invented a vaccine for deadly germ like rabies.
Okay. How about our live viewers? Travis Salmar Gopio, answer letter A. Tess Alejandro, he also answered letter A. Okay, let's check. The correct answer is letter A. Louis Pasteur saved millions of lives because he invented a vaccine for deadly germs like rabies. Next, Okay, Vanilla, what moral lesson you learned from the story? Okay, letter A, the value of believing in yourself and not giving up in everything you do that you think it is right. Or letter B, do make laugh and poke to the mad dog. Letter C, be brave and strong like Joey's father. Or letter D, be impatient if nothing happens to your dream. What's the correct answer, letter Vanilla?
Letter A, ma'am. The value of believing in yourself and not giving up in everything you do that you think it is right.
All right, very good. How about our live viewers? Okay, according to Travis Selmar Gopio, he says letter A. And to Ariel Louie Inigo, her answer is also letter A. The correct answer is letter A, the value of believing yourself and not giving up in everything you do that you think it is right. Okay, next. So the moral lesson that we can learn from the story of Louis Pasteur is the value of believing in yourself. Just like our good friend Louis Pasteur, he was very passionate, and in fact, he was not frightened those unsolicited opinions or comments of other people. I hope that you can learn something to our story this morning and you find our story very interesting and meaningful to each of us. That ends our story this morning, everyone. And this time, I would like to grab this opportunity to say thank you. Thank you to our education program supervisor in charge in science, Ma'am Helia Pueblo, and to our new education program supervisor, Ma'am Elsie Mangilimotan. Of course, I would like to say thank you to the principal and teachers of New Visayas Elementary School for assisting and helping me today. Thank you, Ma'am and Sir. And of course, to my student interactor, Vanilla Joyce Pillatura. Thank you, Van.
Thank you,
And to
Ma'am
your
Kim.
Okay, thank you. And to your parents as well, Vanilla. Send my regards to your parents, Mom Joy, and Sir Vanel for allowing you to be my student interactor. Thank you, Vanilla.
Thank you,
And
ma'am.
yes, and of course to my school head and teachers of Kasuwagan National High School. Thank you, everyone. Lastly, to all live viewers via FB. Thank you very much for watching and for participating on our in this episode. Okay, that ends our episode this morning. Have a nice day and goodbye.
Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the Division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Thank you so much din po, Ma'am Kimberly Munez from Kauswagan National High School with your people interactor, Vanilla. Thank you so much. Well, that was the story of Louis Pasteur, and it taught us the importance or the value of believing in yourself. Furthermore, it taught us na do not give in everything you do that you think it is right. Thank you so much once again, Ma'am Kimberly. Now let's proceed to our storyteller for junior high school English. She is from Panabo City National High School with her school principal, with our school principal, Ma'am Memia B. Infiesto, principal for. Her story for today is about Martin Luther King Jr. It is written by Maria Isabel Sanchez Vergara and illustrated by Miley Dingjin. Let us welcome on screen Ma'am Angie Casinilio Dungon.
Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the Division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our another story for today. I am teacher Angie Casinilio Dungon for junior high school English. I would like to say hi to our principal, Ma'am Memia Bean Fiesto, principal 4, to our English coordinator, Ma'am Sheen Prostrero, and our reading coordinator, Sir Kenneth Licaras. Now, are you excited for our story for today? Let's start. Our story for today is all about the life of Martin Luther King Jr. But before we start, let us first know who is Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a social activist and a Baptist minister who played a key role in the American civil rights movement from the mid 1950s until his assassination in 1968. Balik, sir. So first. Dili ma- Okay, let's start. Sorry for the delay. Little Martin was a spiritual boy from Atlanta who came from a long line of preachers. His dad was a preacher, his uncle was a preacher, his grandfather was a preacher. Maybe he'd become a great preacher too. One day, a friend invited him over to play. Martin was shocked when he was asked to leave because he was black. That day, he realized something terrible was going on. Now, question: what would you feel if you are not welcome just because of the color of your skin? What would you feel? What would you feel if you are not welcome because of the color of your skin? Huh? Yes, you will feel not welcome. Very good. What else? Okay, next. This terrible thing was called segregation. It meant that public places, like restaurants and buses, had separate spaces for black and white people. Martin and his friend were sent to different schools. Martin believed that one shouldn't remain silent or accept something if it's wrong. He promised himself that when he grew up, he'd fight injustice with the most powerful weapon of all: words. Martin studied at universities in Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Massachusetts, where he read about Mahatma Gandhi, the man who had improved the lives of millions of Indians with peaceful methods of protest. When he finished his studies, Martin moved to Alabama and became the pastor of a church in Montgomery. Every Sunday, from his pulpit, he encouraged his congregation to speak up about things that mattered. Now, question here. After he finished his studies, where did Martin Luther King Jr. moved where he became a pastor? After he finished his studies, where did Martin Luther King Jr. moved where he became a pastor? Where do you think? Where do you think Martin Luther King Jr. moved? In a church, according to Ariel Luis. In a church in Alabama. Very good. Next. One evening, a woman named Rosa was arrested for refusing to give up her seat to a white man on a bus. Martin asked the people in his community not to take the bus again until the law was changed. Many citizens were inspired by Rosa's story and Martin's words. Suddenly, buses were almost empty. They stayed empty for more than a year until segregation on Montgomery's buses finally ended. It was the first major civil rights action in America, but not the last. Martin encouraged people all over the country to stand up for their rights and join in with a peaceful protest. They were often attacked, and Martin was arrested 29 times, but he and his followers never fought back with force. He knew that hate can't drive out hate, only love can. Martin helped to organize a protest march on Washington where he gave a life-changing speech. It began with four simple yet powerful words, "I have a dream." The next year, Martin became the youngest person to win the Nobel Peace Prize. His words of hope, peace, and justice called a nation to change its laws and make them equal for everyone. And if you listen to your heart, you can still hear little Martin asking you to keep his dream alive. A dream of a world where we are judged by our character, not by the color of our skin. Now that's the end of our story. We have here our moral lesson for today. It says here that hate can't drive out hate. If you hate someone, then ask them, why do you hate me? Because if you uh, reciprocate it with hate also, that cannot drive out his hate. Okay? So hate can't drive out hate, but it can drive out what? Through love, through understanding, right? But human as we are, it's hard for us. Am I right? Another one, do not judge people according to what you see outside, but inside. It is easy for us to judge people to what we see outside. Oh, you are black, you do not belong here. Oh, you have tattoos, you I bet you're a criminal. Oh, you're not beautiful. Oh, you are whatever. You don't belong here. You cannot do this, you cannot do that because you are that. So you are judging people according to what you see outside. How about try to know him or her inside? Okay? Okay, so also have here a saying coming from Ralph Waldo Emerson that says, peace cannot be achieved through violence. It can only be attained through understanding. So that is how Martin Luther King, that is how Martin Luther King attacked from the hate of white people in his community, not through violence, not through bloody protest, but with what? Peaceful protest, not with violence. So that, diba, in that way, it can only be attained. Peace can be attained through what? Through understanding. So that is our moral lesson for today about the story of Martin Luther King Jr. I hope you had fun listening to our story for today, and I hope you had something valuable, a lesson that you get from our story for today. Thank you everyone for listening. Bye.
Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
And that was the story of Martin Luther King Jr. Thank you so much, Ma'am Angie Casinillo Dungan from Panabo City National High School. She told the story about Martin, and it taught us na peace cannot be achieved through violence. It can only be attained through understanding. Once again, thank you so much, Ma'am Angie. Now let's proceed to our last storyteller, but definitely not the least. Our storyteller for Junior High School Filipino is from Panabo City National High School with our principal, Mamamia B. Infiesto, Principal 4. Their school reading program is Proyektong Athena. Ang kanyang kwento po na ibabahagi sa atin ngayong umaga ay pinamagatang Ang Haring May Tenga ng Kabayo. Ano kaya ang storyang ito? Well, let's listen to the story brought to us by Ma'am Jeanette D. Tapnar.
Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Isang mapagpalang araw po sa ating lahat. Handa na ba kayo makinig sa aking kwento? Sa umagang ito, ang aking kwento ay tungkol sa Ang Haring May Tenga ng Kabayo. Sa isang malayong nayon, may isang prinsipeng isinilang para maging hari. Siya ay may kakaibang tenga. Mahal siya ng kanyang mga magulang at ayaw nila na pagtawanan siya, kaya nakapagdesisyon sila na takpan lagi ang kanyang ulo. Hindi naisip ng hari at reyna na mali ito sa kagustuhan nilang protektahan ng anak ay mas lalo itong nahihiya sa sarili niya. Lumaki siya hanggang naging isang marangal na hari na suot pa rin ang takip ng kanyang ulo. Nagsimulang manganib ang sekreto niya nang kailangan niyang magpagupit. Kapag may barberong gugupit sa hari, ay nakakaramdam siya ng pagkahiya at takot na iisipin ng mga taong malaman na mayroon siyang tengang kabayo. Ikinulong niya ang mga barbero pagkatapos gumupit sa kanya para hindi malaman ng lahat ang kanyang sekreto. Ito ang pinakamali niyang nagawa. Nagsimulang bumaba ang bilang ng mga barbero sa kaharian at takot ang mga taong pumunta sa palasyo upang gupitan ang hari. Takot ang lahat maliban kay Celeste. 2 buwan na kasi mula nang may nagpresenta na gumupit sa hari. Ayaw ng kanyang ina na pumunta siya sa palasyo upang gupitan ng hari. Binalak ni Celeste na pumunta sa palasyo at nangakong babalik sa kabila ng pangamba ng kanyang ina na hindi na makabalik gaya ng ibang barbero. Nang sumunod na araw ng paghahanap ng barbero ay taos-pusong nagpresenta si Celeste na pumunta sa palasyo upang gupitan ng hari. Ginupitan nga ni Celeste ang hari at nangako siya sa hari na hindi sasabihin sa iba ang sikreto niya. Pinuri pa niya ang hari at naginhawaan ito sa sinabi niya. Kaya pinauwi siya ng hari. Hindi maalis sa isip ni Celeste ang sikreto ng hari at dahil nangako siya sa hari ay may naisip siya. Pumunta siya sa masukal na kagubatan at nakakita ng puno. Siniguro niyang walang tao sa paligid. Pumunta siya sa puno na inilagay niya ang kanyang ulo sa butas ng puno at sumigaw. Ang hari ay may tengang kabayo. Si Haring Frances ay may tengang kabayo. At gumaan ang pakiramdam niya. Hindi na kailangan pang sabihin ni Celeste sa iba ang sikreto. Umuwi siya ng bahay. Nakahinga siya ng maluwag at gumaan ang pakiramdam niya. Makalipas ang ilang oras, ay nakatulog siyang may tuwa at matiwasay. 2 o 3 araw ang lumipas, isang mangangahoy ang pumunta sa kagubatan. Nakita ng mangangahoy ang puno kung saan binunyag ni Celeste ang sikreto. Ilang araw ang lumipas, binili ng gumagawa ng instrumento ang kahoy. Gumawa siya ng pinakamagandang violin mula rito. Kaarawan ng hari, nag-organisa ng isang ingranding parada ang mga mamamayan. Tumugtog ng magandang musika ang mga musikero. Ngunit ang huling parte ay tinugtog ng magandang violin. At ang tinugtog nito ay, ang hari ay may tengang kabayo, si Haring Frances ay may tengang kabayo. Sobrang napahiya ang hari at natakot. Binaybay niya ang daan ng kaharian at tumakas papuntang kagubatan. Natangay ng malakas na hangin ang takip niya sa ulo at nakita ito ng lahat. Naglakbay ng ilang araw ang hari papunta sa pinakamadilim na bahagi ng kagubatan. Pagod, nanghihina at bumagsak siya sa lupa. Nakita niya sa kagubatan ang mga kakaibang nilalang tulad ng kuneho, ahas at elepante. Napagtanto niya na hindi dapat ikahiya ang panlabas na anyo. Biglang narinig niya ang tunog ng mga tambol na nagpapahiwatig na aatakihin sila ng kalaban. Ang balitang tumakas siya sa kagubatan ay nakarating sa kalapit na kaharian at napagpasyahang lumusob ang hari ng kalapit na kaharian. Narinig ng mga tenga ni Haring Pranses ang pag-uusap kaya naging alerto siya. Bumalik siya sa kanyang kaharian at tinawag ang mga kawal para talunin ang mga kalaban. Pinuri siya ng mga mamamayan sa husay at tapang niya sa pakikipagdigma. Napagtanto niyang ang kapintasan ay di dapat ikabahala at ikahiya ang panlabas na anyo. Bagkos, ito'y biyaya na dapat nating ipagpasalamat at gamitin ito ng wasto sa tamang paraan at iyon ang dapat niyang gawin palagi. Humingi siya ng tawad sa mga mamamayan pati ng mga barberong ipinakulong niya. Kaya naman, nung araw na yon, ay hindi na sinuot ng hari ang takip niya sa ulo. Natutuhan niyang tumawa at mahalin ang sarili niya kung anumang panlabas niyang kaanyuan. Namuno siya at namuhay ng mapayapa. Nagustuhan ba ninyo ang kwento? Ngayon tingnan natin kung naintindihan. Para sa unang tanong, ano ang kakaiba sa hari? A. Kamay, titik B. Paa, titik C. Mata, at titik D. Tenga. At ang tamang sagot ay tama si Marveline, titik D. Para sa ikalawang tanong, saan napunta ang mga barberong gumupit sa buhok ng hari? Titik A, kulungan, titik B, palengke, titik C, simbahan, at titik D, kagubatan. Sige nga, ano ang inyong sagot? At ang tamang sagot ay titik A. Okay, tama si Travis Selmar Gopio. Ngayon, para sa pangatlong tanong, sino ang barberong naglakas loob na magpresentang gumupit sa hari? A. Carlos, B. Graciano, C. Celeste, at D. Felicio. Tingnan natin ang sagot. Titik C. Tama si Marveline at saka si Travis. Para sa ikaapat na tanong, dahil sa hiya, saan pumunta si Haring Pranses? A. Palasyo, B. Kagubatan, C. Dagat, D. Ilog. Tingnan natin ang sagot. Titik B. Okay, tumpak na naman si James, si Marveline, at saka si Zian. Para sa huling tanong, paano nailigtas ni Haring Frances ang kaharian mula sa kaaway? A. Sumulat siya sa kalapit na kaharian. B. Sa pamamagitan ng mahika. C. Sa pamamagitan ng kanyang kabayo. At titik D. Bumalik siya sa kaharian, tinipon ang mga kawal at nakipaglaban. Ano ang inyong sagot? Tingnan natin ang tamang sagot. Ang tamang sagot ay titik D. Ang galing talaga ni Travis ni Marveline. Ngayon, tingnan natin kung ano ang aral na hatid ng ating kwento. Walang iba kundi ang huwag ikahiya ang panlabas na anyo, kagaya ng hari doon sa ating kwento. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pakikinig at panonood. Hanggang sa muli, paalam!
Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the Division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Yes po, at maraming salamat din Ma'am Jeanette D. Tabungar from Panabo City National High School. Ang kanyang kwento, ang haring may tenga ng kabayo. Maraming salamat po ulit, ma'am. At dun po nagtatapos ang ating kwentuhan ngayong Friday. Maraming salamat po ulit sa ating mga storytellers. Well, let's do some recap po muna. Balikan po muna natin ang ating first storyteller, MTB storyteller, na si Ma'am Angelina J. Templado from Cutoy Elementary School. Kasama po niya kanina ang kanyang student interactor. Ano? Ang kanyang kwento po ay Bag-o nga Berto. And kana nagtudlo nato nga ang paggamit og cellphone kinahanglan atong ibutang sa tamang oras ug tamang paggamit ni ini. Daghang salamat once again Ma'am Angelina J. Templado. Para sa atong ikaduhang storyteller for K-3 Filipino, si Ma'am Maricel V. Uniforme from Rizal Elementary School. Ang pamagat po ng kanyang kwento ay ang mapagbigay na puno. Ang kwento ibinahagi po ni Mama isang kwento ng tunay at wagas na pakikipagkaibigan at pagmamahal para sa kalikasan. Ang pamagat po noon ay mapagbigay na puno. Maraming salamat po ulit Ma'am Maricel V. Uniforme with her pupil interactor Ashley Margaret Quinaso. Para po sa ating third storyteller for K-3 English, Ma'am Lulibet Vidal with her pupil interactor Feyo Ayla Gagabe. Congrats once again Feyo and to Ma'am Lulibet. Ang kwento po was about Around the World in 80 Days, written by Jules Verne, and it taught us the importance of courage. Okay, for our fourth storyteller for grades 4 to 6, we have Ma'am April Angela D. Dumas from Consolacion Elementary School. It was about Susie and Rover, and it taught us na be on guard against a selfish spirit, avoid being greedy, learn how to share, and be kind not only to human but also to animals. Maraming salamat po ulit, Ma'am April Angela D. Dumas. Now for our fifth storyteller from the science department, we have Ma'am Kimberly Munez from Kauswaga National High School. And the story she shared was about Louis Pasteur. It's about the value of believing in yourself and do not give in everything you do that you think it is right. And for our sixth storyteller for junior high school English, once again, thank you so much, Ma'am Angie Casinilio Dungon. Yes, maraming salamat po, Ma'am Angie. At maraming salamat din po sa aming principal, Ma'am Mamia B. Infiesto. Ang kanyang story was about Martin Luther King Jr. and it taught us na peace cannot be achieved through violence. It can only be attained through understanding. At syempre po, di magpapahuli ang ating junior high school Filipino storyteller na si Ma'am Jeanette Tita Bungar from Panabo City National High School. Maraming salamat po ulit, Ma'am Jeanette, and to your Filipino coordinator, Dr. Arsal Gacasa. Thank you so much po. No? Okay, kiddos, I hope marami kayong natutunan for today. Nag-enjoy kayo sa pakikinig sa iba't ibang mga storya na may syempre dalang mga lessons, life lessons. I hope patuloy pa rin po kayong magtangkilik sa Unlimited Stories for Reading Delights. Every Friday po iyan, ha? Yes po, every Friday at live na live po kami. Once again, this has been Teacher Aya Marie Hesta Cadorna, nag-iiwan ng kasabihan, one book, one pen, one teacher, one child can change the world. Thank you so much!
Ay matutunan natin na maging matatag at matibay.
Sa kabila ng mga pinagdadaanan, patuloy sa pagbabahagi ng kaalaman, kaliwat kanan ng problema, ngunit kaagapay ang bawat isa.
Makakayanan ko, makakayanan mo. Mga unos sa buhay ay malalagpasan to, basta't magtiwala. Tayo'y may pag-asa.
Asahan mong kami ay gagabay sa'yo, liwanag ay abot sa anumang sulok ng mundo. Kami may tiwala, tunay na pinagpala. Sa pagkakaisa ng bawat layunin ay makikita malasakit at ika'y diringgin.
Ilalayo sa pangamba, ilalapit sa pangarap, pangarap na makamit ang kinabukasan.
Sa kabila ng mga pinagdaraanan, patuloy sa pagbabahagi ng kaalaman, kaliwat kanan ng problema, ngunit gagapay ang bawat isa.
Makakayanan ko, makakayanan mo. Mga unos sa buhay ay malalagpasan to, basta't magtiwala. Tayo'y may pag-asa. Asahan mo, kami ay gagabay sa'yo. Liwanag ay abot sa anumang sulok ng mundo. Kami may tiwala, tunay na pinagpala.
Sa paglipas ng oras ng buhay,
baon-baon ang kaalamang hatid ng ating gabay.
di magatubilis kapag kami tanghaling limit.
Ikaw at ako, maghahayag ng palibagong mundo.
Panibagong ito.
Makakayanan ko, makakayanan mo. Mga unos sa buhay ay malalagpasan to, basta't magtiwala. Tayo'y may pag-asa. Asahan mo, kami ay gagabay sa'yo. Liwanag ay anumang sulok ng mundo, kami may tiwala. Tunay na pinagpala. Makakayanan ko, makakayanan mo. Mga unos sa buhay ay malalagpasan to, basta't magtiwala. Tayo'y may pag-asa. Asahan mo, kami ay gagabay sa'yo. Liwanag ay abot sa anumang sulok ng mundo, kami may tiwala.